Now at 4, new details in from New Orleans. What we've learned today about the driver in that deadly rampage through the French Quarter.
Fans are ready for the All-State Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and Georgia. We spoke with many about how they're feeling after yesterday's events, if they feel safe. They're here and they're ready. We talk about that coming up.
And we're also tracking a snowy system tonight and another on Sunday that could be significant. Live from Indy, you're watching 13 News at 4.
We begin with new developments this afternoon in the New Orleans terror attack and what law enforcement has learned about the man they believe to be behind it. Thanks for joining us at 4. I'm Dustin Grove.
And I'm Felicia Lawrence. And the FBI now says the pickup truck driver responsible for that deadly rampage acted alone. That's different than what officials had told us last night. Here's Ivan Rodriguez.
Sanitation crews in New Orleans had a grim task before sunrise today, turning a horrific crime scene back into a public street.
We were able to remove our victims, identify them, and notify their families. Real reverence. They mattered.
Louisiana's governor toured Bourbon Street early this morning. The parish has been under a state of emergency since Wednesday.
Right now in the city of New Orleans, there is an unprecedented amount of law enforcement resources that are being utilized to close out and to hunt down and to finalize this investigation.
This was an act of terrorism.
The FBI on Thursday confirming an ISIS-inspired connection.
He posted several videos to an online platform proclaiming his support for ISIS. Additionally, he stated he had joined ISIS before this summer.
And it appears now he acted alone.
We do not assess at this point that anyone else is involved in this attack except for Shamsa Din Jabbar.
This hour, Canal and Bourbon Streets are once again open, hosting thousands of people in the city for today's Sugar Bowl and evening celebrations. The city's mayor offering this assurance.
The city of New Orleans is not only ready for game day today, but we're ready to continue to host large-scale events in our city because we are built to host at every single turn.
In New Orleans, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
As you can see here, here's a live look at Bourbon Street. Of course, we're going to be seeing more increased activity, increased security. It's a very busy area.
It just reopened earlier this afternoon after being an active crime scene for nearly 24 hours. Now, because of the attack in New Orleans, the Sugar Bowl was rescheduled for today. It started just moments ago, though, at the Superdome where security is tight.
Our 13 sports team is there. Here's Dominic Miranda with more.
The Sugar Bowl is underway. Right now we're in Tailgate Town, just outside the Caesars Superdome. And after yesterday's events, fans obviously concerned about their safety. We spoke to many fans going into the game on how they're feeling about being here.
Irish! If we didn't feel safe, we would already be almost home by now, But, I mean, I feel safe with, them bringing some military in, National Guard. If they didn't feel safe, they wouldn't have it, because it's their name on the line, the city. And like they said, they're going to do everything to protect us. So we're here to have a good time, and it just sucks that it's had to happen like this.
Outside the stadium, a heavy police presence, increased security to ensure a fun and safe environment for the tens of thousands on hand. Beside the stadium, a jam-packed and rockin' tailgate town, full of Irish and Bulldogs fans, not letting yesterday's events deter from the excitement of the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, I think everything's going to be safe today for the game. It's a lot of police presence out here. We've got some heroes that are taking care of our business, and we're looking excited for a fun game, and we're not going to let any outside influences stop us from having a good time.
Vigilance, caution, yet fun to be had. Inside the stadium, Notre Dame and Georgia set to square off in the college football playoff quarterfinal. Anticipation is high, optimism returning to this vibrant city. Fans feeling safe here in New Orleans outside the Superdome, ready for a highly anticipated matchup in the Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and Georgia. We talk about that much more coming up for you at 5. For now, though, in heaven here, Dominic Miranda, 13 Sports.
All right, thanks to Dom there for our coverage. And given what happened in New Orleans, a lot of people are wondering about our own safety and security for large events here in Indianapolis.
And we've had a bunch of them over the years, from the Super Bowl to pro and college sports events to concerts and conventions. So today our Marina Silva talked with the man who used to oversee public safety here in Indianapolis about what all goes into keeping people safe.
It's no secret Indy loves big events. In 2024, we had Taylor Swift, NBA All-Star Weekend, Eclipse, U.S. Olympic swim trials, plus so many of our annual events.
From those, you're just learning from one year to the next. What worked, what didn't work.
Troy Riggs is the former director of public safety in Indianapolis. He says it takes about a year of safety and security planning for large-scale events.
You're listening to your federal partners on what has gone wrong in other cities, and you're just making changes.
One common thing around Indianapolis, bollards.
They're extremely beneficial, but you have to realize because you put those on the street does not negate access through sidewalks or through alleys. So you have to be very thoughtful in your process when you put those out.
And if it's a new event, like the many we had in 2024, Riggs says police and security experts start from the beginning.
That there's plenty of new technologies out there that's changing the way that we do business when it comes to events. Drone technology, artificial intelligence technology, how you allocate your personnel, what roadways you use. All of that is being changed by artificial intelligence for the better, I might add.
Riggs says continue to enjoy the events Indianapolis has to offer.
We'll never be paranoid, but be prepared.
As the nation now looks at what changes come after another terrorist attack. Reporting in Indianapolis, Marina Silva, 13 News.
IMPD was not available for an interview today.
But they did send us a statement saying after a record-breaking year for tourism and events in Indianapolis, our city is already preparing to host several major events in the new year. So we continue to collaborate with our public safety partners and event organizers to implement comprehensive security plans.
And then they went on to say the safety and well-being of our community, business owners and visitors remains at the center of everything we do. Of course, we're working to learn more also about a shooting of on an Indianapolis interstate overnight, Felicia.
Yes, and it ended up sending 2 people to the hospital. IMPD tells us they responded to Community East Hospital after 2 people were shot. Police later discovered the shooting happened on the interstate. So we asked police about the location, but so far we have not heard back.
More on that as we learn of it. And right now we're going to switch to the weather because a lot of people want to know about this snow moving in.
Yeah, and it's a little complicated because we don't want people to confuse what's going to happen tonight with what's going to be arriving on Sunday. They're 2 very different systems, and we want to walk that through for you. So let me show you what to expect. There is one system that will impact us tonight. It's kind of the appetizer, if you will. The main entree will be a little bit later over the course of the weekend. So here's what we're tracking right now, and it's this system here. It's a weak little Alberta clipper. Notice there's also a little bit of rain on the south side of this because temperatures have been relatively mild. I think we'll see the temperatures continue to drop, but sometime after about 7 p.m., somewhere in the area, we'll start to see some very light snow move over, spread across the area. Here's a better way to look at it if this will help you. Notice, by the way, temperatures on the milder side, but expected to cool down. Expecting some scattered snow showers through, I'd say, about 11 o'clock to maybe midnight tonight, and then likely wrapping up during the overnight. There's a good news here in that most of this will be out of here by early morning tomorrow, and there's no rain before this system or after this system before the next one arrives. I'm saying that because it may help some of the treatment process to make these events more palatable if you're going to be traveling. 1 to 2 is what we're expecting in a few isolated spots north of Indianapolis, but really from Indian Points to the south, less than an inch is what we're expecting. This will be through really sunrise or so, but I expect most of the snow to shut down before that point. That's system number 1. That exits, and then we get a chance, a little bit of a break, but no rain. Again, that's good for treatment. And then we watch this system. Now, it's just now starting to get into that medium confidence level where we're starting to get a little bit of a higher resolution look at it. I will walk you through. I've got some new data just coming in right now. I'm putting that together for you. I will walk you through the concerns with all of this pink that we see here, this little bit of icing, and how that may change some of the expected snowfall totals as this now now comes into focus. I'll have all of this coming up in just a few minutes. In the meantime, let's talk traffic, because overall things are quiet. Couple of areas that we have been tracking. One there, mainly let's go to the northeast side and show you that. I have a couple of traffic cameras here. Just want to let you know that we are watching a few areas. This is Holt Road at Interstate 70. Looking pretty good. Plenty of sunshine. This is where we're seeing that backup on 69 at 96th Street. Kind of the usual slowdown that we expect, but it's complicated by an earlier accident. So there's certainly some increase in volume. This is also a bit zoomed in, so it may give you a little bit of a shaky effect there, but it also gives you an idea that the wind is blowing and that's keeping some of the cooler air in place. Guys?